Hey everyone, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. I'm going to be making tonight a few ephemera pieces for this autumn journal that I'm working on. So I can get that, like I said, up into my shop. I've got people who ask, they come by and there's nothing there, so I'm trying to get something that isn't a huge project into the shop so there's things available while I'm working on bigger commission pieces. So they're going to be more extensive, so they're going to take more time. So anyway, I am working on a couple of pieces for this autumn journal that I was hoping to get done for this weekend, but I don't know. We're going to give it a shot. I'll get it done before the end of October. I'll promise you that. There'll still be a little autumn left. But yeah, so anyway, I saw this, at least this is going to be my rendition of it, a beautiful piece done on Instagram by someone by the name of, and I wrote it down because I keep saying it wrong, I'm sure. It looks like McMac Annie, but I don't find a YouTube channel for her. I just have her on Instagram. I did on Instagram message her and ask if she does have a YouTube channel, but I have not heard back yet. So I'm anticipating that. It would be lovely if she did, because she does some beautiful work. If you're on Instagram and you have not subscribed or linked to her Instagram page, I would recommend that you do it. It's spelled McMacannie. So I wrote it on the little templates that I have here, so you can, let me get that out of the way so you can see it maybe. McMacannie. Really beautiful pieces. So this is my rendition of one of her pieces for this journal. I love what she did with the other piece, and when I do something a little more grungy, I'll be doing that because it's really pretty. But this is what I was doing for the fall one. So we're going to try to get started with this. I got some things ahead, but some things not. And then the other project that we're going to be doing is something that I was just trying to come up with something I could do that would be kind of different for me, at least. I'm sure somebody's already done it, or something similar, and that I could do on this video with this, so it's not just the one piece. So this is what we have. I have the card, and this paper does come with the Journal Boat Autumn Garden, I think it's called, is what I'm using. But this paper does not. I have these plaid papers, and I don't know off the top of my head who the designer is, but I remember the name because I love the name. It's called Warm Blankets. So if you go on Etsy and type in warm blankets, digital kits, I think you'll probably find it if I forget to put the name up. But anyway, this is what we're going to be doing, is gluing this on here to create a pocket, and this is going to be a sideways pocket. You can do it this way, but the way she did hers was sideways, so that's how we're going to do ours. So I'm going to glue this pocket down. I've already inked it. I've inked this, not that you can see that too much on there. And we're going to put this pocket down. This is my problem when I fill up my glue bottle. I get too much glue on the piece, and then it oozes out all over. So I'm going to try to get this where I want it and not press and push out the glue too much. So, okay, so we have that. Now this piece is going to be a tag that goes in here, and I think I've got it the right width. It should fit. I may have to trim it down. The glue may squish out a little too far, and I may have to make it a little different. I just kind of measured it against the page and eyeballed it. I really didn't measure anything. And what I'm going to do with this is going to turn up and create a pocket, and we'll get to that in a minute. But what I want to do right now is decorate the front. Now, I pulled out this bigger, which way did this one go? I think I had it going this way. I kind of marked it where I wanted to kind of cut it down to. Actually, I think it goes, oh dear. Okay, I think it goes this way. I just want to kind of tear it because I want the paper to show behind it as I collage over it. I don't want it to be completely covered. So this paper is also in the kit. It's a kind of a distressed, it looks like it's German in there. So I just want to make sure I'm kind of placing this over, and then these were birds that I got from various kits that I just, they're PNGs, and they could have come from, they probably came from Graphics Fairy, I think. I'm probably going to put this under here and make sure it does not go off the back. I may have to clip it down a little bit. And then I've got another one of Artie Maze's little quotes here, I think, that I'm going to try to put there. So I need to figure out, now that is the bigger one. I have a smaller one, and I'm wondering if that just wouldn't work better. This one was one that, as I tried to pick it up, it tore. So I may just try to put that on. Let's just see. It's torn anyway, right? Okay, let's see what I think with this and where I would want to go with it. All right, let's see that. I'm trying to get as much of the lacy part on as possible, you know. And I'm gonna have to go in and clip with the, because I did a little thumb hole already. Try to keep that out of the back. And then this is going to go across here like that. And you can see that there. That's gonna go more or less there. And I do have a tiny little butterfly here. If I can find what I did with my tweezers, I do have to cut the, which should be fun now with my eyes, cut out the, maybe I'll put it down here. I don't know. We'll see where we're going to put that. I'm about to cut out the antenna, and then this is going to kind of go behind. Whoops, wrong way. Kind of go behind over here. So, you know, I think I like the bigger one, to tell you the truth. Yes, I think I do, because it gives me more lace. So, all right, I think this is what I'm going to do. Let's give this a try. I'm just going to kind of go across here and see what we get with this. And I can trim that. Actually, no, I don't think I really want it completely hanging off the edges. So, all right. So I probably should have done this before I glued the pocket on, but that's okay. We can always fix, right? All right, let me try to go up this way a little bit. Get that on there. Come on. And I am going to ink this edge a little bit. Let me do a better job on that with getting some ink on here. I'm trying not to be too heavy with the ink in this journal, because it's a very pastel really for autumn, which is kind of, I mean, it's beautiful in and of itself, but it's kind of, let me just come over here and do this. I know I'm off camera, and I do apologize. But I liked it, one, yes, because it's just a beautiful kit, but because it's different. Most of the fall journals that we do in the deeper, you know, jewel tones, the deeper fall colors, burgundies and golds and, you know, burnt oranges and, you know, browns and things like that, which is beautiful and I love it. But I am loving the pastel look, probably because I'm such a diehard for hating to see the summer go. It kind of looks more like not a sudden change between summer and fall, you know, going from summer colors to fall colors, but more of an easing in, if that makes sense. So you still have these paler, you know, more summery colors. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to kind of do a random tear here and get that one off. So yeah, I kind of liked that plan. Oh, that looks good. I'm happy with that. Okay, let me get over here and ink this little spot now that I tore it. All right, and I'll go in a little bit, only because I'll go in all the way, only because I don't really know what it'll exactly show, so I don't want to lose the spots. So, all right, so we have that, and we're going to get this glued down, and I'm using this little edge that I did as a guide, because I want it to go pretty close to the edge there. So I think that'll look good. All right, let's get some glue on this. I'll try to be as quick as possible. And again, I do want to pop up every now and then and check my video so that it's not shutting off on me, as I do a lot of screenshots of people's work, sometimes for just taking a screenshot of their YouTube page of video I'd like to watch, because I do put them in the you know, the watch list, and then I forget that I even have a watch list. So every now and then I find it and I'm like, oh look at all of these things I should have been watching all along. So I find, because I go into my photos a little bit more often, that it serves as a reminder for me to go ahead and watch the videos when I get a chance. I don't get a lot of chances, sadly, to watch. It's just, you know, the nature of my still working and not getting a whole lot of time to be able to do that. So, all right, so I'm going to put this one going up this way. Make sure I'm in the camera here. So that's what we have so far with the doily down. And then I'm going to put this piece on here. And I think for some of these, let me find my pin. I'm going to try to put my pin back in my glue. I have to use my fingers as a guide. And I'll try using the art glitter glue. I still have a lot of art glitter glue left from my last order, which was last fall, because a lot of the ladies were saying that they won't, for colder climates, they won't, or they don't often ship the art glitter glue because it will, I guess, freeze or at least affect the quality of the glue, I guess. So I had ordered several well, I guess like 3 bottles of it last fall to get it here before the winter. And I still have quite a bit of it. So, but I was on my last bottle of my tacky glue, or not tacky glue, my 3-in-1 or my Fabri-Tac. And yeah, so I was on my last bottle of that, and trying to see where I want to put this, because I want you to be able to read the whole piece. I think I like it tucked under there, or do I want it over a little further and just tucked under here a little bit, maybe tucked under here a little bit. I think I like that better. Needs a little bit more of a slant, but you know I won't get this right when I go to actually do it. Okay, so I have it under the biggest leaf here, and then under the second leaf here, and I may actually try to put that up over the bird. So I think what I want to do is put this one down first. I'm trying to get reference points here, and I'm only going to glue it on the one side, which would be this side, so that I can do my tucking under the other side, and then I can just kind of go under each leaf with the glue and tack it down. At least that's my plan. So let's see, I believe it was something like this. Okay, then I want to put my little birds on, and I'm thinking putting that leaf there, just going over it a little bit. And then I think this was on the second leaf and under this one and this one, I think is what I was thinking, right? With a little bit of a slant to it. I just have to make sure I don't cover the letters. Yeah, I think that would be good. Okay, so how do I want to do this? All right. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go under here, and I'm just going to tack this down a little bit right there. And I'll go back and do these little leaves, but that gives me that place. I'm going to try to just sort of piece it a little bit, I think, to try to get, here I'll start from this side, to try to get this down where I want it without moving it. So I'll just go from the back a little bit, and I've just turned that some. Somehow I moved it. Don't ask me how, but I have. That's okay. It still works. Okay, so I think I'm good here. I'm just going to kind of tip this back and get in here and try to glue this down everywhere. I've got it tacked down, so we'll just get that in there like that, and we'll do this leaf here, and we'll do that leaf there, and we'll pick this little guy up over here and do that one, and we'll pick this little fella up. I know you can't see what I'm doing because my fingers are in the way. I'm just trying to get this little one up and away from the paper so that I can get underneath it. And let me try my miracle tweezers. Love these tweezers. Okay, and that can go back down there. So now this is all tacked down there. Let's get up here done. We'll just put a little glue on that one, a little glue here, and a little glue here. And now that's all tacked down. And then we'll do the rest of this little autumn quote. Get this side over here. This may take a little bit longer, but I think for me it works better. I'm not the best of collaging, I should say. I even watch ladies, you know, doing the videos with doing the collaging, and it's like they just put it together so quickly and it looks so pretty. And when I try to do it, it's like, well, that doesn't look the same. So it's definitely something I need to practice. I will say that for sure. I'm looking for my, here it is. I was looking for my little wipey thing here. So doing it like this, when I play with it a little bit, if I tack it down where I want it, you know, because as soon as I lift it off the page, you know, off the piece that I want to do, and I didn't quite get enough antique linen down here, so I want to dull that white down some. I think I could do a little bit more, honestly. So when I lift it away and put the glue on it and I put it back, it inevitably goes, to me, it goes in the wrong place. It doesn't go where I wanted it to go. So, so it gets a little frustrating. I've got to train my eye, I think, a little bit better for doing that. And just, you know, practice more and learn more. I'm trying to clean off my glue bottle here. Okay, I'm going to just do a quick check on my video. Okay, we're only at 22 minutes, which is surprising to me. Okay, and then I wanted to put this little guy on. That is a tough one. I think I'm going to put it up here. I do like it down here, but this is kind of empty. So I'm going to cut my little antenna out. And I do that by holding this with the tweezers, but I'm not as good at lining up my pieces, you know, my scissors anymore for teeny tiny things like this. Hoping it'll come someday. But for right now, it's a whole lot more difficult for me. Now I'm trying to get this in between the tweezers and I can't find it. So, all right, that's one more or less. Try to get this a little more sturdy in my tweezers. No, that's not in there. When you squeeze it and let go and the butterfly flies, you don't have it in the right place. So I may end up having to start, this is just getting a little too difficult. I'm going to try to hold on to it with my fingers. I may end up having to start on little ones like this, just cutting off the antenna. Actually, this is working better with just my fingers than the tweezers this time. So I've got a little more control for what I'm doing. So try to get in there. Cut them off. I cut them off. Oh, you know what though? They cut, so I am just gonna put them on separately. So I said up here, right? So let's get the glue and we'll get that on our little spot up here. Come on, there we go. All right, we're going to put him right about there. And then I'm going to just pick this up. I'm going to try to just hold it in the tiniest place if I can get tweezers around it, and put a little glue on. Keep spinning, but I think, whoops. Come on now, I need you to grab. Don't drop. There we go. All right. And I will just put them back where they belong. Just like that. Okay. And that works. Okay, so that's our little pocket thus far. Yeah, and I can see that I'm going to have to trim this down. So let me get my little guy and do some trimming on here. Now I had cut a piece to go on this pocket, and now now it may be too big because honestly, these things, I love these little cutters, but when you can't lift it up and get the piece out, it can be quite annoying. I may, because of the pocket itself, do the pocket a little differently. I don't think I want to use the card. I think I can still go a little narrower. And you know what? I'm just going to do it with the knife. I don't really like things very, very snug, because it would just seem to me that over the course of time, trying to pull it in and out would be, I'm trying to move my cutter because I've leaned it against my garbage can and knocked my garbage can over somewhat. It would just seem to me that pulling it in and out would be a lot more difficult. So I try not to do that. So what I'm going to look for here is a piece of tea dye paper. Let me just go over to my scrap box and get a piece of tea dyed paper. And now I'm knocking over this. All right, I think that'll be okay. I really don't want to put another layer. So what I'm going to do is get the piece that I wanted to put on the pocket. Get you out of the way, you little fella. It will still fit, which is good. So let me ink it. Oop, that's not good. That's not good at all. I just inked my ribbon. All right, I'm just gonna ink this little guy, and we'll put the pocket on. I was gonna fold it over and put the pocket, but like I said, this is just a little too tight for my liking. So I will just back this with paper. I'm going to fold just a small edge over on the tea-dyed paper so that it's got a little stability. So I'll do that and get that folded over, crooked as it may be. All right, so we're going to glue that one down. Got way more paper here than I need to work with at the moment, but that's okay. So just glue that down there. And then we're going to decide how deep we want the pocket. Now, don't want it too much bigger than the picture, so I'm going to maybe find my pencil and say about here. Let's just, better too much than too little, right? As they say. All right, let's get this in here because I think this will be easier for me right now. Okay, that's pretty close to the dot, or not. It's all right, I can always trim it down. Okay, let's see. What did I do with my picture? Here it is, guys. All right. Actually, you know, I'm good with that. I'm going to erase this line, and then I'm just going to put it, I'm going to glue it and then just trim it. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. Okay. Let me ink it a little bit first, though. Oh, wrong inker. All right, I'm just gonna, because I think I can get the better coverage on it before I put the picture on exactly. And these are just going to hold a couple of small little, you know, journaling cards, which I may have to work with a little bit. All right, I am actually going to cut it first so that I can ink it right. All right, so we're just going to go right there to right here. So that paper was a little crooked, so I can see. And let's get this here and trim it down and hope I've got it right. Okay. Get this back over here. I think it will be okay. And then that's going to just go on there. All right. So let me get this inked then, better than I had, you know, more like how I had it before. Okay, that's good. All right, let's get this on here. And this has got, I can show you the bigger one if I can find one, but it's really, I'm gonna have to stand up to make sure you can see it. It's pretty little Victorian bird scene, really pretty. So I am just going to glue that on our little pocket, and I do want to ink the edges of the card before I you got to go over a little bit, honey. You've got to go over a little bit. Okay. Is that pretty good? That's pretty good. All right, that looks nice. Ooh, sorry about that. That was annoying. Okay, and I'm gonna leave the card plain because she did, though it was plain, it was very grungy, so it wasn't pale like this. So I'm now all excited about doing a kind of grungy journal so that I can make it look more like that one. Yeah, it was just like really pretty. This is going to have to be cut down, so I'm not, whoops, sorry, I'm not going all the way up because I have to cut it off. I just have to decide where at this point. So let's get this on here, and then what I'm going to do is just, come on, decide which little tickets are going to go in. And then for the sake of time, I think we'll put together this little flip out kind of pocket thing that I kind of, you know, folded and did. Like I said, I'm sure somebody's already thought of it. But okay, so that's this, and that I really want to be careful because I don't want to get it stuck in the pocket. Let me see. Let me get my bone folder and see if I can just kind of loosen this up a little bit to give it a little more room to put the tag in, so it slides in a little bit easier. So that's good. So I can feel that, you know, at the bottom here. So what I want to do now, let me try to get it more centered so I'm sure I've got it straight, hopefully. Before I cut it, I will measure. But she did it right up to the edge of the pocket. So I just want to make sure that I've got the same distance on one side from the other. So let me just measure that as best as I can. So that is 8 9/16, 4 and 9/16. So 4 and 9, whoops, come on, get over here. 4 and 9/16. What do you know? It worked. It's amazing. Okay, so we'll just trim this down, get my knife, and see if I can find where I made the line. Okay, because it's very light. All right, I think that's good. Let's hope so. Looks good to me. I can't see the pencil line. All right, and now we're just gonna cut tag corner. I don't know where I want it exactly, because I don't want a big, you know, too tiny of a space, because it is a narrow, I think that'll work. It is a narrow tag, so I don't really want to, you know, make the top really narrow. Okay, so it goes like that, so that goes like that. I love how people can do this and they just snip. I can't do that. Do it so quickly. I'm going to try to do it with scissors. This ought to be fun. I guess that's going to be close enough, right? I think so. Get a little more ink on here. I think it's time for me to do a little re-inking. Maybe not. Of, you know, my ink pad. So we have that. Let's turn this over because we do want the back side done as well. Okay. So I hope everybody is having a good week so far. For me, it's Tuesday night, and you know I'm always down here at night. Not as late as the other night right now. It's only 8:25 for me right now. So yeah. So anyway, okay, so we have that. Now somewhere I put the pieces that I thought I would want to try to put in. I've got so much stuff on this desk you cannot believe. But these were, oh, here's this picture bigger. You can see it a little bit better. The detail, beautiful. All right, let me see. I thought I had pulled everything out so that, actually I think the smaller ones were in here. And this was going to be the test in that I wanted this one in it. And but it's just, they're just a little too short, so I wanted to put them on something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So I may have to come back and do the tags for this at a different time, or just do one where I was going to do two. I don't know about that one. Let's see what I can find. What's this one? That one's going to be too fat, I think. I probably have it smaller somewhere. I don't know, maybe these two. Maybe. No, I don't like that one. Okay, I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. And I'll probably just back them with some tea-dyed paper, because they are small. They don't need to be, you know, cards. I'm trying to get all these little bits back in. So just, whoops. Well, I think I lost that one. I'll find it eventually. There's probably a treasure trove of things on my floor under the desk right about now. So I think that's what I'll do with that. So I'm going to I'm trying to decide. I think I would rather have I have this, if I can find it, this hole punch. Which I think I would rather do. I'm going to try to get this a little more centered, because it's harder to tell where the center is for me with this you know, rectangle-y hole punch. I want to put it up a little higher. How high? Try to get to that, just that first dot. That's good. All right, hopefully this is centered, or somewhat centered. And there we go. All right. So I'm just going to erase my little dots. I'm going to try to just get in here with a little. Actually, that kind of looks good like that, doesn't it? Just do that. There we go. And I think I want, how do I get that way? I think even though I dyed all of this ribbon, I think I want to try just this one this time. So let's get a piece of this. And then, whoops, put this in like that. How do I want to do this one? Do I want to do it? That's kind of nice, actually. No, I think I'm just going to do it the good old-fashioned way. I'll turn it sideways. I got glue stuck on my fingernail, and just put it through like this. I'm just thinking I like this pink one right now. I don't know. I dyed all that other stuff, and it looks really pretty, but oh, well, that didn't work. All right. You know what this means, right? Let me check my time, because I know what I'll do with this. All right. looks like we're just going to finish this. What I'm going to end up doing with this is, this was too thin of a card, and when I pulled the ribbon it just tore. So what the card tore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of paper, a little pocket on the back up at the top, and I'm going to make a tuck and put something else on here. We'll get to the other, let's finish that, and we'll get to the other, so we might as well just do it, right? And we'll get to the other, what do you call it? The other pocket in the next video. We'll just put it up in the next video. So that's what I'm going to do here. And I'm going to do the same thing where I fold over the edge of the pocket. So this way, this time I'm just going to kind of go from the top. And actually, I think I'm going to leave myself a little bit more space because I want to fold over the top edge as well. So if I bring that down, I want to bring it in a little bit just so that I can mark it. I want extra so that I can turn my pocket over on both ends, so it gives me more stability where the hole is for the, what do you call it? The well, not eyelid, but the hole where the ribbon goes. And it'll give me, I want to make sure I fold enough of it down to get it there. Hopefully I left enough room. Let's see, what do I think? Yeah, I left enough for that. And then I'm just going to fold this end just the tiniest little bit. Doesn't need a whole bunch. Okay, and I'm going to glue these down. Okay. All right, so that's one side. Okay, and get this side in here. Okay. So on, I'm just sitting here thinking about it, and I was talking before about the pale colors of the of this kit, and I was conversing with my sweet friend Judy in Australia on Instagram, and she had mentioned how, you know, in Australia, of course, your winter, well, your holidays come in spring. And I thought, you know, because she had mentioned how, you know, us for fall colors, for them it's spring right now. And so I said, you know, yeah, you know, I was aware of that, and I said somebody needs to be doing, you know, a spring Christmas, you know, something, because all of our stuff is always, you know, just snow and, you know, glitter, and I mean, I guess glitter's still okay, but it's all snowy, and, you know, these traditional, what we call up here in the northern hemisphere, all the traditional Christmas is not what it is for, you know, all you guys that are down, you know, below the equator in the southern hemisphere. So I was thinking, you know, somebody who's talented down there, it's, well, certainly, I mean, it could be somebody who's talented anywhere. You don't have to be in Australia to do it, but I certainly don't have that talent. This is gonna get trimmed as well. So we're just gonna put the pocket on here, and I think what I'll do is just glue here. And I want to get this down because it's definitely torn. Okay, and I'm going to glue right across here so that it, you know, it stays good and down. And try to work it this way and get that even with the top. Oh, it's got to come down even more. Come on, you can do it. I mean, I can trim it if I have to. All right. Okay. So let me get this trimmed. And I didn't quite get it far enough to the base here. And trim that one there. Get rid of those. All right. And then I need to glue down here for the side of the pocket. All right, that's one. And then get it here as well. And my little wipe. Okay. So we have that there. And now what I have to try to do is get this back in the same place. Should be interesting. I'm actually pretty good at doing this with, that wasn't bad, with staples, getting staples back in the same place. When I have to take them out for something. I'm pretty good at getting them back in the same place. So I think what I want to do now up here, which is not something I would have done, and I'm still going to have to do another hole punch, is I'm going to get that paper, if I can find it. It's here, I promise you. Here it is. And I'm going to just pull a little piece of this. It'll tie it in, I think. Come on. And I'll just put that up in here. Okay. All right, so let me try. This is another thing I can never do. I watch when people, you know, tear all of this, and it's like, wow. They just put it down and then pick it up and then they tear it and it's perfect. It's like, you guys are awesome. You're just awesome. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm thinking that somebody out there would be good to think of creating some sort of a Christmas theme that matches warmer weather. You know, I mean, up here we you see the Santas in, you know, like a more comical or whimsical kind of picture. They've got, you know, Santa in a bathing suit and sunglasses laying on, you know, on a lounge chair on a beach. And generally we would associate that to his vacation after Christmas is over. But you know what? That's kind of how he is, would be depicted down under, don't we think? This is crooked. It wasn't crooked, but it was upside down. So I'm going to try to get it. Yes, it'll go. Okay. It will go. All right. I know I don't have to go all the way up to the top. I don't know where I need to stop. So we're just going to try to wing it from down here. So anyhow, yeah, so I'd be curious to see if anybody could, you know, come up with something like that. Whoops, grabbed my paper doily. And you know, come up with some sort of a how does Christmas look? You know, I don't know that a lot of us up here, up north, are aware really how Christmas looks to people in Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa, or even South America. You know, how does Christmas look? I mean, you take into consideration your local customs, I would assume, but you know, how does it look? How does Christmas, what is a traditional Christmas for you guys? I guess is what I would like to know. And it would be kind of neat to see, you know, how somebody would do I still have a little bit right here, how somebody would do a kit for something like that. I think it would be kind of neat to see. All right, I'm going to try to get this done one more time. And I think it is a little crooked, but it's just kind of not straight. But put the ribbon in and maybe it won't look so bad. So there we go. Now that reinforces the top. We got a little collage piece going on up there. I'm thinking maybe, you know, well, this is getting a whole lot more fun. Okay. I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to pull this off, and then I'm going to work on trying to get some glue on this. I kind of like that. And again, it pulls the doily in from the front, and the German script there pulls that in from the front, from the pocket. So kind of neat. All right, let's see if we can go around the edge of this. So I do kind of like that. Okay. This works good until you flip it over and put your finger right in the puddle of glue. I'll tell you. All right. Let's trim this down. And then we'll get that inked. And then I'm going to pick something to go here in the back, which I think may be that long one from before. Let me see. I think this one's going to be too, yeah, it's too, I love this, but it's too long. I didn't cut this all the way out, but that might, yeah, you know, I like that one. Okay. I'm going to try to wing this with my scissors, guys. Okay. And like I said, all I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to back them with some tea stain paper, because I want to keep the bulk down so that everything fits in the pocket. So what this is actually going to look like, and now I have lost, is this amazing? I don't move. Here it is. Okay. So this is going to get tea stain paper on the back, and that's just going to go right up in here. And I'm just not going to do that all right now because I want to, the video needs to get ended. Let me see if I can get this stuff back on. I may need a longer piece, I don't know. But this should be pretty reinforced now, having paper on both sides. Hopefully I won't rip it again. And it should be pretty thick for something like that. So let's see what we've got. I'll pull it one at a time this time. So I put a little less stress on it, and I don't want it too tight because I kind of like the puffy Actually, I think I want the puffy on the other side. Let's do puffy on the other side. Because I think that'll look nice. Okay, so that means it's got to go this way then, right? All right. I probably got this wrong. It's like working with mirrors. Okay. I think that was the hardest part for me in learning how to drive, was using the mirrors, seeing everything, you know, to me backwards. So kind of interesting, but yeah, I like that. Okay, then we just need to trim these ends because they're pretty fuzzy. Of course, I've got the wrong scissors for this. Okay, so we have that. And these will go in here, and like I said, I'll back these with some tea stain paper, and I'll show you how this all ends up in the next video. And then we've got this other card in the back, and then this is just going to slide right into here if we're careful, because we've got that other tag on the back, and that is how it will look. So let me bring that up so you can see that. So there's the tag in here, and the pocket is just plain on the back. You can cover it if you want it to be just clipped in, or leave it plain. I can, or you know, ink it, and I may put it down. You know, you could put it in the middle of the page and make it a like a belly band. You can put it on the bottom and make it a pocket or a tuck or something like that. And then we have, of course, the tag that comes out with the extra little tags inside. So that is what we have come up with this time. I'm just going to lay this down here so that you can see that a little bit better. And so that's it for this project, and we'll get to the next project in the next video. So in the meantime, everybody be safe, be happy, and I will see you next time. Bye bye for now.